Yes, people, what's going on? It's EGAL Talks Football. We are back again with another video, and today what we're going to be talking about, Premier League Roundup. We're going to be talking about a little bit about Chelsea, mulling the Wolves over there and mulling you. We're going to be talking about Arsenal doing what they do, just too good for Villa on the night. We're going to have to talk about that game. Liverpool, professional job, acting like snipers, just taking out Bournemouth and turning into beekeepers today. We also have Brighton beating Manchester United. I am telling you, Brighton Hove Albion have Manchester United by a chokehold, the way they continuously just beat them. And also, please tell me, are you somebody who plays FPL football? Because I tried to be cool. I tried to be like a hipster and be like, I don't need Erling Haaland. I'm going to go with Mo Salah, Bukayo Saka, Bruno Fernandes. You see, I got more money invested in my midfield. I'm like, I'm going to pack up the midfield and just go with Dominic Solanke and friggin' Isaac up top. Next thing you know, Dominic Solanke gets injured. I spend my 4 million to swap it out with some random you. Next thing you know, Erling Haaland gets a hat trick and I'm finished. I don't know what to do anymore. Erling Haaland got friggin' 51 points for people who triple captained him. And my whole team has 50 points this week. That means Erling Haaland outscored my whole team single-handedly. Mental. Ladies and gentlemen, the Premier League is officially back. And you know what? We got a beautiful panel for you for today. We got my boy Kaz is going to be joining us. Deo is going to be joining us. And of course, I got Musa in the building representing Liverpool. Welcome, Musa. How you doing? Oh, he doesn't even know he's on camera.
What's going on? Yeah,
good win for you. Mo Salah doing his thing. Diaz actually scored a goal.
Of course, man. My brother Luis Diaz, bro. He had a performance of a lifetime, man. I'm telling you now, man. That's my guy right there.
That's not the performance of the lifetime. Come on.
That's a great performance. You got a goal in the system. You got a goal in the system, man.
No. A goal in the lifetime goes to Chelsea. You got Cole Palmer getting with the goal. You got what do you call it? Nadi Maduake coming out here saying your city stinks. It's not. It doesn't. There's nothing to do here, and then going and dunking on their head top. The man literally owns Wolverhampton. I'm known as a Chelsea hater by some people, but on the honest truth, today you can't hate these guys. These guys should put on a show. And you know what? Because we couldn't find a Tottenham fan, we got you guys 2 Arsenal fans. We got my boy Deo in the building coming through. Deo, what's good?
Deo, you're on mute. I'm good. What's up, man? Hey, Musa, how you doing, man?
Bro,
am I still on mute? Can you hear me?
Yeah, no, you're off mute. But did you hear the news, bro? We had some massive.
Which one, Eddie off or which one?
Eddie. Some awful Arsenal news just dropped a few minutes ago. If you didn't hear, basically,
I heard another Eddie one.
Yeah, Eddie and Nketiah
deal is off.
Fell off because Santiago Gomez is going from Feyenoord to Nottingham Forest, and now Eddie and Nketiah's deal fell off. And most likely, he's now going to be headed to Crystal Palace on loan, potentially.
Like I said, I don't care where he goes. My point is, even if you need to keep him and bring another striker, keep him and bring a striker. Just be a big club. That's it. That's what we just need to do. I'm not bothered about this whole Eddie got to go out. I'm like, look, if you want to prove to me you're a big club, keep Eddie on the payroll if you can't get rid of him and bring a better striker. And let Eddie know he's playing for the under-21s or the under-23s. I don't care. Let him play somewhere else. That's all. Like all this whole bad, it's not bad news to me. What will be bad news to me is if we don't get a better striker. That's the bad news. If the window closes and we don't get a striker, that's my bad news. So this whole Eddie has to go campaign. I don't care about Eddie. If you want to keep 10 Eddies, right? Here we are sitting down looking at Chelsea with over 50 players, or how many do they have? Making fun of them, but they have quality in all those players sitting down that don't even make the first team. Right? And here we are saying, oh, well, Eddie must go before we bring somebody. I don't care. Keep Eddie, 10 Eddies. Bring the better striker. Bring the first team player. Bad news for me would be if we don't sign somebody. That's it. The whole Eddie go, what's his name? Nelson go and whoever else they need to go. Vieira on loan. I don't care about all of that. You can have all of them as long as you bring better players than them that will actually be playing. That's my thing, so yeah. Anyways. So what we're doing the Chelsea hailing today.
We're going to talk about Chelsea in a second. I was talking to the boys behind the scenes. They're basically saying if Eddie wants to play football, he should just know his worth. That's what you were saying, Ahmed, right?
Yeah, I think the issue is, and like you shouldn't have really given this guy 100k a week contract, bro. That's what the issue is. It's like obviously he's now not been able to agree deals because he's thinking Arsenal thinks I'm a 100k a week player, so therefore any other club I go to, they should be giving me 100k a week. And that's what's like stopping you from making a lot of these deals happen, whether it be to Forest. I don't know. I think the previous one was Bournemouth. You know, that's what's kind of like holding you guys back. You know, if you had given this guy 60K a week, I'm pretty sure all these other teams would have given him that same wage.
But look at Scott McTominay. My man, Scott McTominay, he's on 100+ himself, and he's going to Napoli like just like that.
But I feel like with Napoli, I think would be willing to pay 100 euro a week. I think they would actually pay that for him.
Yeah, but I think the issue with Eddie's deal fell apart not because of personal terms only. Personal terms are pretty much very like they just needed a few things. It was actually payment terms between Arsenal and Nottingham Forest. That was the major thing. I mean, from what I read.
Crazy. I think
it was. Payment like the structure. Payment structure.
They're lying to us. I think they're lying to us, and the real reason why it fell off is because they found a replacement. Scott McTominay going to Napoli. No one else was in for Scott McTominay. A lot of clubs were in for Scott McTominay, but Napoli wanted him as their #1 choice. So looks like Scott McTominay heading there. That's crazy too. Because I'm like
him and Gilmore going there, by the way. Him and Gilmore actually go.
Gilmore's going there too.
Yes, Gilmore's about.
Oh, well, Eddie. Okay, well, yeah. I mean, I saw something.
Gilmore's leaving Brighton.
So
yeah, but listen, you know who they brought in? They've got Maximilian Wifer, Beleba. They've got another brother that's there too. They got some. They got O'Reilly
and they
as well.
want Lukaku.
Yes, they got Lukaku already. They already did a deal for Lukaku. Napoli. Brighton's midfield is much better. Brighton's midfield looks amazing, by the way. Yeah.
You look like Osman's gonna go to Chelsea as well now. Like you guys are gonna be stacked in that attack. Like, you guys already scored 6 goals today. Imagine those.
Brother, man, we have to score. Listen, look at our defense, big man. Look at our defense, big man. You know what I mean? We gotta have these guys here. Because
my man is so gassed. He doesn't even want to wait for me to get to the Chelsea section. He just wants to go straight into it.
No, you know what? Let me continue. No, please, bro. Go ahead.
I don't mind. Chelsea first. How about that? We'll speak about Chelsea first.
We saved the best till last.
No. We'll save Man United for when Kas gets there.
Fair enough.
That is the best. But at this moment in time, there's a couple of performances. Let's just talk about the one that we least care about the most. There's no Tottenham fan on the channel today, so let's talk about Tottenham quickly. They won 4-0 versus Everton. Is that Tottenham being good, or is that Everton just being really, really bad? On a real, what do you guys think?
Everton is just. I think since the last 2 games I've watched them against Brighton, bro, once you score 1 goal against them, the floodgates open. Like I don't know where it is with that team. They're just literally getting open up like an orange, right? You know when you're just ripping off an orange piece by piece. That's what happens. First goal goes through, you're just able to just shoot consistently. And that was what was happening against Brighton. Brighton just kept on countering them. Bang, 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, 4-0. So that's what it is.
Pickford making that mistake as well. It didn't help.
Yeah.
Didn't help them. Didn't do them any favors at all. Like you can tell from that defense that it's just not good at all, bro. People that wanted Brentford, you might have to hold back on them. You might have to hold back.
Tarkowski, man. I think Tarkowski's time's up, boys. I'll be honest.
Down, bro.
Tarkowski might be up, bro. Might be up for Tarkowski.
It's Everton and it's the second game of the season. I didn't watch that game, to be fair, so I can't really say anything on whether Tottenham were good or whether it was Everton that was bad. But one thing I can't say is even if both teams are terrible, one team came out on top with 4 goals, and for you to score 4 goals against another team, it's either you are better than them at whatever level you were. You both. Did you
see the highlights at least?
No, I didn't. I haven't looked at the highlights.
It was okay. Just to let you know, one of the goals, Son stole the ball off Pickford as he was in his own box.
Yes,
that was embarrassing.
That's an individual error. I won't call it embarrassing.
Okay?
These are the things that you don't make.
You had another situation where it was a set piece goal for Romero. They had another situation where you need to watch the highlights. Van de Ven took the ball from his own back line in the box to the other goal, made one pass to Son after he ran the whole pitch into the other 18-yard box, passed the ball to Son, 1-touch goal.
Well, then that means if what you're describing is true, then Tottenham were way better than them. This is not about Everton being bad. If Van de Ven could pull that off and drive that deep into your own half and make one pass and it's a goal, it says a lot about your midfield. It doesn't mean that it just shows how good Van de Ven is. Because unless Van de Ven is playing with like high school kids,
Yeah. So, Musa, did you watch the Tottenham game? Because
I didn't watch it. I didn't watch the game at all. Like honestly, I saw some clips. I saw some clips.
3
It was
p.m.
like 3 o'clock.
Blackout fast.
Yeah,
Blackout.
that makes sense. That makes sense.
3 o'clock. I'm not really interested because there's other games as well. I remember City playing Ipswich as well.
Don't think these guys don't know what the score was and everything. Obviously, match of the day, you guys probably watched that. But as for watch the game, we're saying like, did you actually understand what happened in the game?
Yeah.
Now, since we didn't watch that game, we're gonna kind of skip over it. But anyone in the chat who has any talking points from that game, let me know. I thought the only real talking point was Solanke was missing, and they just still took Everton to the sword. Everton are just terrible. I think Everton being this bad is a talking point, because have they won a game yet? Did they win their first game?
They lost
4-0.
games. The last 2 games.
They lost. They've conceded 7 goals in the first 2 games. Could this be the year Everton get relegated on a real?
But they start slow, don't they? They usually do start
Everton,
slow.
yeah, Everton
They
is
usually start slow.
Look,
7 goals in 2 games.
listen, Egal, every year we say this is the year Everton. This even with points deduction last season, like this is the year. Everton is just that team that
they lost Onana though. They lost Onana this season. They lost. Look, they got them. The midfield not the same.
Musa, they've had seasons where it's been worse, where they've lost players, where the points deducted and all of that. Everton is just that. When there's Ipswich there's Leicester. Like the chances of relegation for Everton is high, but not as high as those other people.
I'll be honest.
I think it's higher than last season.
Yeah,
It's
a lot higher than last season.
It is a lot higher than last season, but it's still not up to like that of the Ipswich or that of
I hear be better than the teams behind you, because you got the new ones, Ipswich and the other ones.
That's what they're going to do. Everton just finds a way to just stay up. At the end of the season, you're just like, Everton is 17th position. You're like, how?
The people in the chat want to talk about Sancho. Yo, you know the Sancho to Juventus, Sancho to Chelsea. There's just so many Sancho rumors. Let me show you guys what they're saying right now. This is what the rumor is, Ahmed. I know you probably have your account notifications for Pius. He tweeted this 45 minutes ago. Chelsea are exploring a deal for Jadon Sancho. It is thought the proposal for Chelsea could see players go the other way. Then there's also more rumors saying Ben Chillwell and Raheem Sterling included in the Chelsea offer. Surely this can't be.
So the thing is, by the way, there has been this ongoing rumor, because we have like a really good reliable guy called Alex Goldberg, right? And he was saying also that don't be surprised about Jadon Sancho if he comes up or comes to Chelsea this summer window as well. So like this has been something that's been like a long time running, or at least rumor about Sancho.
You guys are collecting infinity stones. That's what you're doing.
Exactly.
I said this before to you guys, bro. I said this to you guys before, man. We need our attacking.
You know why you're collecting, right?
Why are we collecting, bro?
You do know that you're getting a transfer ban. You know that's going to happen.
That's what is happening. I think there's going to be a transfer ban happening, but
I think they've told them. I think they've let them know that these are the punishments that you might get for what you reported. I mean, you self-reported, which is good.
So we won't because as many of you guys know, we have some historical transfer inaccuracies that happen because you're paying extra to the agents, on the side.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how we got Hazard, Christensen, etc. But I think the rumor that's going around, at least I was hearing, maybe it's like a 2-season transfer ban, like 2 summers, so like obviously winter and then summer, right? That's probably what's gonna happen. Like we're gonna be transfer ban for at least 1 season, it seems. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that because
1 second. This is the first time I'm hearing about the potential transfer ban.
No, what I'm saying, Egal, hear what we're saying. Egal, this is what I said. I brought up the transfer ban thing. I said,
is it alleged or
no? This is what I'm speculating. That's what. So I'm speculating because they're self-reported, and I'm sure the FA are like, okay, you self-reported. We see what you've done. All right, nice. Thank you for. These are the types of punishments that you might get when we're finalized our report. You might get a transfer ban, you might get a fine, you might get it. And once they let you know, I think Chelsea is like, let's stock up now, just in case they give us. If they give us a penalty, great. We can sell players in the winter. If they don't, and they give us the transfer ban, we have people on board. I'm just speculating. I don't
think we're gonna get. Yeah. So I think
there is articles from Football London saying former Chelsea John Oba Mikel warned fans he believes a transfer ban could be around the corner for his former club.
Yeah. So you got anyway. We have some historic.
Big up Vader.
Yeah, big up. We have some large up. We have historic cases, right? And at the end of the day, we're probably gonna get like a fine and probably some a transfer ban. But we're not gonna get points because the points we think would be
no points.
useless
No,
at this
no
point.
points.
Yeah,
that's what.
it'd be
No,
useless.
I know. I mean,
Yeah.
that's why I said that they may have mentioned,
Yeah.
like they may have looked at the books and said, oh,
It
these
makes
are-
sense to be honest, bro.
yeah, these are
These
the punishments that you might get for doing this type of which you're self-reporting.
We'll
you might
come
be,
back to this
you know,
in a
getting
bit
the-
because
Yeah.
but you'll be able
Because
to, again you'll be able to sell. You will not be able to buy during the transfer ban, and because you have a lot of players, you will still be able to make money. So I get what
Exactly.
Todd is doing. It's a business move if that's what it is. But it's still
we will have to see because Kaz is talking about Kaz. I want to know what Kaz thinks about the Raheem Sterling thing. As for the transfer ban, that might make sense. That's why you're probably stockpiling under Roman. I heard about the under Roman situation. Anyways, Vader's here, guys. We got to talk about Erling Haaland. This guy's not normal. He's been in the Premier League for I don't even know how long.
2 seasons now.
2 seasons.
Second season, yeah.
He's got 7 hat tricks. He's 24 years old. He has 23 career hat tricks. Is this normal?
No, but
He's
Vader.
a robot, man.
Yeah.
He's
I
a
mean,
robot, man.
why are we bringing up Haaland? Why?
Hey,
do we have,
Dio, the reason why we're bringing up Haaland is because he's a cyborg out here and he's doing things that
I know,
you never saw.
No, that's what I'm saying, Vader. I'm saying like we can't even. We should just leave Haaland in his world. Nobody.
Is Haaland the best?
No, we celebrate this, Dale.
I don't know.
No, we're celebrating this.
Hear me out. You didn't let me finish. I said we don't need to discuss anything and say is he normal. We know he's not normal. There's no discussion here.
Is it me or is Haaland, no debate, the best finisher in Premier League history?
No debate right now.
Wait.
Hold on. No debate.
Finisher. Look at the word he's using. He's using finisher. He's using finisher.
I was about to say. I was like, whoa, we didn't admit too much.
You got best goal scorer. No debate.
Not finisher.
Finisher, no, you can't say finisher. Goal scorer,
What?
yes, because Haaland will score any goal from anywhere, and some of them are very classy. Some of them
Okay,
are very crazy. Some of them are
One
not.
second.
What?
Am I confused to say finisher compared to goal scorer?
I'd say finisher is the word more than goal scorer because goal scorer has like an outside the box. You could score from anywhere kind of thing. Like
Left foot, right foot, head.
You
could make the case that Luis Suarez is the better goal scorer, but
that's what I would.
There's a lot of strikers that I would argue right now who are like PO legends who are better goal scorers, but he's a better finisher in the sense that
so I'm right.
he gets,
Because people were saying Harry Kane was a better finisher a couple years ago. I think he's a better finisher than Harry Kane.
Yeah,
The level of consistency he's finishing at is ridiculous. And I want to let the Man City fans
what are we defining finishing by? Because
we don't have to define anything, Dio.
Vader, I'm trying to
finishing
understand
based on the percentage of chances you get, the amount of goals it leads to.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I'm saying
accuracy rate, basically accuracy rate. Yeah.
So he scores. That means he's also the better finisher and the better goal scorer because he scores everything that he. If his chances of scoring, if you say are better like finishing, and he scores them, then he's a better goal scorer and a finisher than anybody else. Your argument cannot be he's a better finisher and he's not a better goal scorer when he's scoring the goals that he finishes.
If he finishes, it's the better. One second.
Type of goals.
I'm saying goal scorer. One second. I'm saying goal scorer is different variety of goals scored.
Yes.
I'm saying finisher is strictly putting the ball in the back of the net. He's the best at putting the ball in the back of the net. Goal scoring, there's different types of goal scoring.
But that's what I'm saying.
Regardless, we're taking away from Vader's moment. This is Vader's moment. I just want to introduce the Ipswich game. Guys, Ipswich did you guys know Ipswich, the money they spent on their team in the last 10 years would be 5th, not in the Premier League, not in the Championship, in League One.
Wow.
That's the levels, the difference between Ipswich and Manchester City. Manchester City has spent the second most money in the last 10 years after Chelsea, of course, right? If I'm not mistaken, actually third. Man City spent third
29.
after Manchester United and Chelsea, right? Yeah. So that just goes to show you the gap in between the Premier League's best and Ipswich. Ipswich is not ready for the Premier League. They scored that opening goal. It was a consolation. Man City gave them a gift and immediately went City 1, City 2, City 3, City 4. It was done from there. You know the video. You know the meme.
Yeah.
Vader, take it away. All I have to say is, please tell me everyone here had Haaland in their fantasy team and they captained him because I did not.
I have three of them: Haaland, Solanke, and I think the other guy that I have is Isak. Obviously, Solanke was injured beforehand.
Do you have Cole Palmer?
I actually didn't have Cole Palmer in this week's one.
How
actually.
do
I
you
had
not
more
have Cole Palmer? How did you not have Palmer?
I know,
I
but
don't
I
have
had to.
Cole
Mr.
Palmer
You know
Cheese
what?
doesn't have Cole Palmer.
You know what it is, bro? I had a sneaky one. Yeah, I thought to myself like, I'm gonna go for like a cheeky deal one with Kamada because I was hyping up Kamada because I knew him from when he was at Eintracht
Yeah.
Frankfurt. So I was
You know
thinking,
what? You gotta
this
give
season-
you gotta give the manager McKinnon a lot of credit. He took a League One side basically to the Premier League. Mental.
do you know who Jack Clark is? Egal. Do you know who Jack Clark is?
No.
He's the guy they brought from Sunderland. You should watch him, bro. What he's gonna be? I'm telling you, one of the best up and coming left wingers.
He was on Sunderland
this
till I
season.
died in it. That's
Yes,
did I
bro.
remember that?
This guy, bro, last
Oh.
season in Championship was the best, I think, for me. Other than obviously Fatawu or Mavididi, he was the best guy there. I'm telling you, this season he's gonna cook. This season, watch.
All right,
That's
let
the
Vader
guy.
speak. Vader, it's your time, bro. We got 300 people who want to hear what you got to say. But you guys, I'm calling for you guys to do me a favor. Listen to Vader and make sure you like the video. Go ahead. Vader, what happened?
I think he's frozen. The moment
Vader.
in his best moment, he froze.
Can you
He's
not hear
frozen.
me?
He's frozen
Okay,
like
Okay,
no,
Cyborg.
now he's good. Now he's good.
There
Now
we
he's
go.
good.
It's
Go
your
ahead.
It's your time.
Do you
Vader.
hear me now?
Yep.
All right, respect.
Yes,
respect. I was
yes.
just saying, for all of you rivals and not hit that like button, you know what's happening on this channel. Pick it up and subscribe. Now, I didn't want to define Haaland. And the reason why I don't want to define him is because he's so early in his career. But wherever he's gone, go back, do your Googles. Wherever he's gone, he's scored goals. And the fact that he hasn't scored the variety of goals that we've seen from others like a Luis Suarez, or you want to talk about a Kane, or you want to talk about other greats, it's because it's so young in his career. But this man is a cyborg. He's a cyborg. He's not a robot. He's half human, half robot. He's a cyborg, and he's incredible. And any of you rivals that want to talk about tap-in merchant, talk to me about that third goal. Talk to me about that third goal where it showed precision and it showed an awareness of where he is on the pitch and what he wanted to do. Listen, all of you, when you guys were killing him about, I don't really respect it, he's part of the system. It can't be the system, guys, because he scored everywhere. And at Manchester City, he has a chance to erase. I'm not talking about just getting these records he has a chance to erase some magical, memorable numbers. Look at what they did. They just compared him to Rooney. And Rooney's had a great Prem career. And he's already matched that when it came down to hat-tricks. And he's only a few off. He's got to get, 4 now? He's got to get 4 to erase Shearer? Guys, he's phenomenal. He's more than what you think he is. And he's also a player that's trying to be better than what he is. So I'm so happy that Real Madrid dropped the ball and did not get him, because it would have been lights out with regards to Champions League if this player was at Real Madrid. He's at Manchester City. You guys want to poo-poo on his heritage. His father played for us. He's been a fan from day one. And when you got players like that, him, Foden, that bleed blue, the records are even that much more special. So Haaland, if you still have critics out there, these critics are fake because they have Haaland on all of their fantasy teams. So talk to me nicely the next time Haaland is playing against you on Manchester City, because I know you guys rate him, even though you guys got to diss him as rivals. That's my 2 piece.
I think I just have to accept that Erling Haaland's gonna win the Golden Boot every year, which I already have. But now I have to expect him to just score every week. That's the crazy
You might have
thing.
to, especially with that KDB Haaland connection. And Foden last year was building that connection with Haaland. Guys, the numbers are going to be scary.
All I hope is your defense continues to concede goals, because you're going to score.
My defense is no longer in trouble playing against Arsenal because you guys got rid of Nketiah. But I think with regards to other clubs, if they choose to play tough against us, we might have something to stress about. But if
Bro,
teams
you didn't hear Nketiah's deal fell through. Look at him smile.
It fell through. I trapped. No, I'm not smiling like that. I'm not smiling like that. I thought it was a done deal. That's why I'm surprised. How did this fall through?
Basically, they don't want to pay the 100K.
You guys asked too much money.
No, they don't want to pay the 100K a week for Eddie's contract.
Yeah, so why don't you guys eat some of it then, and maybe do like a buyout thing? Can you not do like a buyout thing? or a loan?
The club couldn't agree on a situation with that. Anyways,
Okay.
he might go to
Yeah.
Crystal Palace. That's the situation now.
Okay.
People in the chat want to talk about Savio. What do you got? I thought Savio had a good moment with the pass and winning the ball, pressing high up the pitch, and
Yeah.
a lot of people comparing him to Riyad Mahrez. Do you think it's too soon to compare him to Riyad Mahrez, guys? Because guys are saying he's a Riyad Mahrez regen. Like
I'll let the rivals speak first.
It's way too soon. Riyad Mahrez did a lot of great things at City. Riyad Mahrez did a lot of great things at City. You can't just watch 2 games of Savio and just be like, oh, he's Riyad Mahrez. No, we can't do that to Riyad Mahrez. Riyad Mahrez at Leicester and at City. Are we kidding here? Are we going to look back at what Riyad Mahrez's landmark that he put on the Prem is and turn around and say we've seen the guy cook twice in 2 games in the beginning of the season and then we're going to compare him? People that are doing that are silly. Savio is a talent. He's going to chart his own line and he's probably going to do things that we will never see or we don't know yet. But till he does it, please don't talk about what Riyad Mahrez has done at City and compare that with someone who's played 2 games. I think it's grossly unfair to his.
You know what I would say? Again? I think I agree kind of with what Dia's saying about. Yes, does he have flashes of like what we've seen from Mahrez? Yes, I would say that is true. But at the same time, again, we need some more data. As I always say, we need more data. We need to see, what happens in the next in this season. And if he continues to show that, then listen, I'm willing to say, you know what, Mahrez, he's definitely very similar to Mahrez at that point.
I mean, he's a talent. Don't even get it wrong. The guy will cook anybody from what I can see. But the thing is, he's only played 2 teams so far in the Prem. Let him go up against at least, the top 10 teams and their defense, and let's see what he does. And then we can be like, oh, when he played the top 6 teams, he cooked some of the best defenders. Now we're talking. Now we're looking, because Riyad Mahrez has cooked every defender that is a defender.
Saying he's 20.
Yeah, I mean, but that's why you can't compare him to Mahrez, because you got to put them and give them the same type of amount of data. This is why it's silly. And then you have to give them, okay, they're both played for Man City. You have to give them both the same amount of data and look at what they've done. Mahrez cooked almost every top 6 teams defender when he played.
Yeah, I think
Mahrez, I would classify a Premier League legend just for his Leicester years, let alone
of course
what he did for Man City.
Yeah, that's nothing crazy. I think we're not gonna, if City fans aren't going so far to say he is Mahrez, right? But they're seeing similarities. They're seeing a style of movement, the way he dances with the ball, the way he shifts, the fact that he can put it on that left foot. That's what he's getting talked about with regards to him. So no one's getting overly gassed, and I agree with you guys. Like, more needs to be seen about him, but that shiftiness on that left side is what's got a lot of City fans, particularly.
You know what it is. You know what it is as well. It's been a minute since you guys have had somebody like that, like the Riyad Mahrez style of play. So the minute they saw a player like him who's quick on his feet, good with the ball, dribbles, all those nice, floaty moves that he does, they're like, Riyad Mahrez, let's compare him to him. Like, you can't do that, man. Come on.
Yo, guys, can I name something for you? Let me name something for you. Yeah, on the weekend, John Stones, Grealish, Ilkay Gundogan, Matheus Nunes, John McAtee, Kyle Walker, Nathan Ake, Ortega. What do they all have in common?
They didn't play?
They all sat on the bench to start the game.
Yeah.
That's crazy, no? Ahmed, you're on mute.
Sorry, yeah. I was just asking for someone to get me the light. That's why I could.
No, I'm saying that's crazy. Let me repeat that again. John Stones, one of their best defenders a couple years ago.
I'd take John Stones right now, man. How much for John Stones?
Gundogan, who literally was running the Euros and for Germany and was Barcelona's best player last year. Jack Grealish, we know his struggles, but he's still a good player. Matheus Nunes kind of been a flop, but second season, you never know. McAtee is one of their academy players. Kyle Walker voted Premier League Team of the Season, PFA Team of the Season, Euros Team of the Season, and he's on the bench. Nathan Ake, who was Team of the Season a year ago, and Ortega, who came on at the end of the last season to save them in that Tottenham game. Man City's bench is unbelievable, man.
I'll be honest, listen, I know a lot of people have been talking about Oscar Bob. Mac T, though, I've been hearing about that brother for a long time in the academy when he was with, what was it called, alongside Cole Palmer, Oscar Bob. That guy's a talent, by the way. I know he didn't do well at Sheffield United.
You want him at Chelsea?
I wouldn't want him at Chelsea, but I definitely think he's a talented lad. That's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, he's got talent, and that's Pep's own word said, I want to keep you around. I need you around. I want you to be a part of the first team. So he thinks highly of him, and it's just a matter of him getting a chance. But it's tough, man. It's tough with so much quality coming out of the academy to really keep them around. But
Bro,
yeah,
it's crazy. You've scarred Musa so much for winning all those league titles on Liverpool's head top. He doesn't even want to speak about City.
yeah, he's stressed.
Listen,
He's stressed right
it's
now.
boring.
He's
It's getting boring now.
He's checking out the
boring,
transfer
bro.
window right now.
You know what I mean?
I'm seeing.
That's what happens
I'm
when you're the
probably gonna see
bridesmaid, man.
5. I'm probably
That's
gonna
what
see
happens when you're the
5.
bridesmaid,
There's
man.
no point. There's no point talking about the same thing, repeat and repeat. What's the point? There's no point anymore, bro.
Man said the story is tired. Man said the story is getting tired, yeah?
It's getting boring, bro. Let's change the narrative.
You know what I
Let's
mean?
change the
We
narrative.
need a new storyline.
Let's change the topic quickly to another team that cooked. Did you guys see Chelsea? What they did today? What Chelsea did today was they showed the good, the bad, and then the crazy potential they have. Because the bad was the defending. Caicedo, what was he doing? Fofana, what was he doing? For the goals that they conceded, it was kind of sloppy. You can do better to not concede those kind of goals, especially on the transition. Well, losing the ball in that kind of situation, we've seen it with just last week with Kovacic, similar situation. So you need to improve defensively, and
100%.
That's only going to improve. And I think what you said to me earlier, I said this on the show earlier on Never Foul.
Yeah.
You're going to have to outscore them. Do you remember when I said that?
But I've said this for the longest time as well. I've been saying until like our defense actually gets act up together, essentially, and actually gel. In the short term, you're gonna have to be like 18, 19 Liverpool, where you're just like it's gonna be outscoring opponents basically, not even relying on the defense, just being like attackers. Let's finish the job for us basically.
By the way, I never said the whole game was bad. I literally said
I hear what you mean. Yeah.
There was bad moments. Your second half performance was probably the best second half I've seen from you in 2 years. I don't remember a better second half you guys have had in 2 years. And also, Noni Maduake, I will say this. I'm not putting my hand up saying he's a good player or anything crazy like that. I'm just simply saying he's impressed me. Amazing performance. That's his best game of his career ever at any location that he's ever been at. To get a hat trick in 14 minutes in the second half. He started the game. First half, I thought Mikel Mudryk on that left side was useless. Noni Maduake in the second half, he showed Nuri's weaknesses. Nuri is not that good. Defensively, Nuri, he has a lot of flaws. How is Liverpool looking at him as a potential left-back replacement for Robertson? I have no idea.
Egal, you're looking at one game where Noni Maduake was on fire, and Noni Maduake was able to cook Nuri one time. And then we're going to now sit here and just ignore the fact that
he cooked him twice.
Hold on. No. I don't care. Even if you cooked him 10 times in the game, what I'm saying is,
I'm not even talking about.
Listen, hold on. Even if you cooked him 10 times in the game, the point is, it was a 90-minute stretch where Noni Maduake was on fire. Noni Maduake does not cook like this every single day. That's number one. Number two, Nuri does not get cooked like this every single game. Number three, when he moves to a different team with a different manager and a different formation and a different setup with somebody else in front of him that can cover for his weaknesses, he will shine. Which is why Trent Alexander-Arnold at Liverpool
one second. I just want to admit he did contribute with the goal with the goal because he ran and won the ball and did everything. He did
exactly
well in that. But understand, defending wise, he showed his weaknesses in the defensive end.
Yeah, and I agree with you.
And Nkunku, sorry, not Nkunku. Maduake did his job. Another person who did his job, Jackson. Jackson's a fucking nutcase. Did you see what he did with John Obi Mikel on his Instagram? If you guys didn't see this, he went on Instagram after the game, and I'm telling you, I thought it was fake to the point where I went on my own to go check it to see, no way he actually did that. No way he went.
You need to get the man off Instagram.
No way he went on Instagram. The guy went on Instagram, went to John Obi Mikel, said, "Shut your mouth! Don't talk shit. We are killing ourselves for Africa." I'm like, all because he scored the opening goal for Chelsea, and it was.
I'll be honest. I think. Listen, obviously, John Obi Mikel is a legend of the club. I know, obviously, all of us here we're obviously originally from Africa in some way, shape, or form, right? And like, listen, man. Obviously, don't talk to your elders like that either. Like that.
What John Obi Mikel? Listen, what John Obi Mikel said.
Let me finish, Dave. Let me finish. But like, obviously, I understand why he's saying that because of the fact of Listen, I'll be real, man. John Obi Mikel for the last year and a half, bro, since he started his podcast, bro, week in, week out, bro. Just throwing this guy on the bus, throwing him through the mud week in, week out. No constructive criticism if you actually listen to his podcast. And every week he's saying Osimhen on his top week in, week out. And now that he's on VN Sports as well. You know, he's on VN Sports by the way now. So and last week, bro, he shredded that guy to pieces as well. And didn't even talk about his game, which is the issue that I've always had with Omicron, like at least when he's speaking. So I understand why he said it. I understand why Dexter did it. And he's
look.
and
Let me just say this: John Obi Mikel is just being biased because Victor Osimhen is Nigerian and he's Nigerian.
Yeah,
And let me say, and I'll say,
Okay.
I will say it
100%.
because I will say it because I am Nigerian. I can.
Of course, my brother,
I
yeah.
know my people's behavior. I can tell you categorically that is exactly all it is. I'm not saying
Okay.
Osimhen is not a good player. Osimhen is a good player.
Did he not have Osimhen in his podcast as well? Did he
Yeah, but
have
my
Osimhen
thing
in his
is,
podcast? Yeah.
yeah, but my
He's
thing is
getting
like,
a cut of the deal. He's
my
getting a cut
thing
of
is
the deal,
that,
bro.
listen, my
Bro,
thing is
Yeah,
that,
he
this
was
is
there, yeah.
wild.
He's
This is
getting a cut of
wild.
the deal, bro.
yeah,
He's
so
getting a cut of the deal
hold on.
alive, bro.
Another thing is this. Another thing is this. John Obi Mikel in one of his podcasts was talking about players like him who, instead of playing for African countries, go play for other countries, and then still mention what's his name, Jackson's name. And I'm like, why are you saying all these things in your podcast? You're talking about how, you don't want to play for your Africans. You're playing for, we should get them to come out. And I'm like, John Obi Mikel, the only reason, right, why you're saying this now is because the time when you were there, the FAs they had sense and they knew what they were doing. Right now, a lot of these players, look at the players who come play for Nigeria, for example. Talented players that honestly we should be winning stuff with, but we're not able to because of the mismanagement and crap that they do over there with the FA and just the way they just don't know how to handle things. And you want these guys to take their careers and just mess it up. Meanwhile, these players, when they play for their countries, a lot of them don't get paid like you think they get paid. A lot of them are sacrificing themselves to push their country's ratings higher by playing good for their country, getting injured and not being able to play at their clubs. And then you do your podcast and talk nonsense. I'm happy he called him out. He's a nut job.
Chelsea's PR team must be having a nightmare though, because if you guys haven't seen this, also Maduake's thing about Wolves, like
this guy. Listen, we need to get these guys off Instagram. We need to get the guys off Instagram, man. We need to get the lads off Instagram, bro.
It's
all I gotta
random
say is
11 over
that
there. It's literally
we had-
random
we're
11 over
we're
there.
just starting the
random off
Chelsea talk.
Instagram.
Yeah.
We're just talking about Chelsea and their game. Did you see the Chelsea news with Man United, by the way?
What, Jadon Sancho?
Jadon Sancho swapped deal for Ben Chilwell and Sterling.
Yeah. Do we have to talk differently because we've got a girl in the on the podcast, or
What girl?
Oh, what?
Wow.
the same.
Wow.
Can't
What
work
an
out.
man.
I can't work out if it's a Nog, a Chinese guy, or whatever.
This is
Oh.
crazy. This
big
is
pause.
crazy.
You gotta
This is
chill.
big pause, man. Chill out, big man. Chill out, big man.
Like, right,
That joke did not land.
I thought we was putting an end to this. Never mind in it. It might get clipped from the wrong way. I don't need to hear it in it. So, but it's alright, man. It's alright, man.
So you don't want to hear about
We're talking about Sancho.
Yeah,
You don't want
Yeah,
to hear
let's talk
about
about Sancho.
Sancho.
Let's just talk about Sancho, bro.
Introduce me often. Introduce me in it. But what's it called? Yeah, Sancho can go, bro. If he ain't got no plans, like I said in it, give me Sterling and Chalobah for him, both of them.
Alright.
Sterling and Chalobah.
Yeah,
But
give me both.
apparently they want Chilwell. Apparently you guys are gonna get Chilwell though. Like
No,
Sterling and Chilwell for the deal instead.
No, we didn't say that. Damasio said they could. Remember, people. This is what I mean. People, reading is
That's-
free.
that's what I've seen. That's what I've seen.
Go get your GCSEs. Reading is simple. You learn that stuff in reception. Yeah. So please, he said they could offer. Not that Man United want. They could. Keyword. Yeah. It's how you know when you can. Decipher.
But I thought you had De Ligt and Lissandro in it. I thought you didn't need any other centre backs, and I thought you guys were pretty much sorted.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's go back to the Chelsea game though. Let's go back to the Chelsea game. I don't feel like we did enough talking about Maduake and Cole Palmer's performance. Let Ahmed talk. Say what he's got to say. Ahmed, talk to me.
Listen, bro. Yeah, I just want to say firstly, first things first. Maduake Nation Day 1 here. I've always wanted Maduake. I've always been a big fan of his. My issue with Maduake has always been that he's a great player when he plays. He's just like, I want him to improve on his right foot. And I think in this game, and some of the stuff that I've been seeing in his previous game, particularly against Savio as well, which was, of course, yes, his rubbish side. That's not good at Twisted. Actually using his right foot now. He's actually becoming multi-footed, which is something that, I feel like of any good winger that you want in your club.
Who?
Maduake. I'm talking about Maduake.
What do you mean becoming? He was already there. Did you not
No,
watch
he
him at
wasn't
PSV?
because like,
Yes, he was.
no,
Watch
the
him at
thing is,
PSV. Watch
no,
him at
when he
PSV.
was at when he was at
Terrible
PSV, he
knowledge,
was still very heavily reliant on his left foot. I'm saying now is whenever he shoots now, he's not just relying on his left foot anymore. He's relying on both his left and his right foot now. He can use both feet. So at the end of the day, man, I'm very happy about it. I'm very happy about it. I like what I'm seeing from Maduake. Big up to him. And again, listen, if Palmer's going to be playing in the middle, having a guy like Maduake is going to be able to perform week in, week out. And if he continues to this level, great. I'm happy. Puts the less pressure on Palmer, gives me another guy that can do what you need to do. And it's a great 1v1 guy. One of the best 1v1 guys in the league, no doubt. If he can continue to improve the decision making, still he'll be able to use his right foot as consistently as possible to shoot. I'm happy about that, bro. And Palmer,
after today's performance, they're definitely keeping him. But
listen, they have to, bro. They have to.
If it wasn't for today's performance, would they have actually let him go?
No, I don't think so, bro. I honestly, bro.
Chelsea don't know what they're doing, man. Honestly,
No,
I don't understand about Chelsea yet. I mean, your attack scored 6, and I'm not cussing anything to do with today's. I'm not cussing anything to do with Chelsea's performance today. But it's just like if you're gonna look for opportunities, surely you look at opportunities at the back end of the defense. Like
we're gonna get someone for that one. Apparently, we are. Yeah, go ahead, bro. I'll let you finish.
I was gonna say Cucurella just needs to get dropped. I'm sorry, man. You know what? He had a good run, but Vega is that guy, isn't it? Vega.
I don't think Cucurella was bad this game. I'll be honest, bro. I don't think he was bad this game.
Nah, bro. The way man was getting run at sometimes, it's just like, bro. Vega just looks more comfy, innit? You know when you're doing a back three, back, it's just it's a good option. Gusto, like again, I don't know, whatever. But I'm just saying, Vega just looks so much.
I think Gusto had a good game today. I'll be honest. I think Gusto had a good game today. Yeah. I think I hear about Cucurella because listen, I'm not a big fan of Cucurella on a personal level, but I think for me, Vega's still gonna need time to embed. He's a young lad. He's only like 20 years old. So again, let's give him a bit more time to embed into the team, and then we'll see. And then we'll see. But I think Cucurella actually was pretty decent today. I don't have any issues with him. Gusto pretty good today as well. But do you know who I want a big shout out to? Palmer. I think Palmer today had a great game today in terms of his goal was really great. That him and Jackson's link up, and then the assist that he was able to get. Yeah, man. And then again, this is something. Listen, you know, with me, that we need the attack to be deadly. I understand maybe to an extent bigger than Sancho for a Sterling or Chillwell if you're going to remove those wages off the book, and Sancho reduces his wages, which I think would be a good thing. Plus, he's a club fan, Sancho, so I don't mind having him there necessarily as a depth option once more. Depth is key. Look at our bench, bro. In Cuckoo, Palmer, Neto, and him, bro. Listen, we're feasting, bro. We've got 4 different leagues. We've got 4 different competitions to be in. We've got multiple times to give these guys to play in. I'm more than happy about that, man. More than happy.
Vader, you got anything to say on Chelsea? Your boy Cole Palmer doing what he did today?
This guy's about to get
Chelsea, you're welcome. You're welcome with Cole Palmer. I think the man continues to show his quality. And whenever City fans are like, "Oh, we should have kept him," we can't keep all this wealth of talent. Like there's only so many players that can remain here, and he did the right move. He wanted that playing time, and he showed why he was so confident and wanted to move on. But I'm just gonna not necessarily cautious Chelsea fans, but so many were so upset last week playing against the 4-peat winners, and then don't get overly gassed this week playing against Wolves. I think there's something with regards to being in between, but to be able to be excited, seeing that the scoring can happen. Now you just want to. I don't know who you guys play next, but it's more so of okay. We saw what you did against City. Yeah, you guys should be winning that as well. But yeah, I mean, hey, there's a reason why I had Chelsea 5th in my prediction. So we'll see what happens. You guys might still go out and get more talent. Transfer window's not closed, so yeah. You know
what I would say to that, to your point, Vader. I agree with your point that obviously yes, we scored a lot of goals. That probably won't happen every single game. But what I would say to you is that I think this at least shows us we still have good enough quality such that even if the ones that are on the pitch don't perform, we can still bring on guys that can still help us, unlock that low block, for example, that we might face, or the mid block against some of these other teams that are not in the top 6.
Yeah, bro.
I watched the game.
You had Felix and Kunku. Who else on the bench?
Neto was on the bench too, as well.
Neto was on the bench. You guys had a lot of good attackers off the bench.
But let's not act like Wolves didn't give up and vacated that midfield like it was Man United of last year, bro. They gave up quick time. You know what their mentality there. That's kind of just that worries me for Wolves going into the season slightly, because you know what, their squad is bleak. It's garbage. They barely upgraded anything of what they needed as well. That Mosquito brother at the back, Mascara, whatever, he's rash. Nori in a
he should have got red carded, by the way. He should have got red carded for that.
Nori.
What did he do this time? Did he stroke somebody?
Bro,
He's just-
no, he literally stood up, hit
Oh,
was
he
it
did this
Caicedo, stood up.
How does this guy keep getting away with it?
And apparently VAR looked at it and said it's only a yellow. That's what made it crazier.
Last week he grabbed my man and then choked Kai Havertz. It was mad. This week he's studying people. Yo, this guy's gonna get
Yeah,
a fine.
man, they open up mad red light district, fam, orange light district, however you want to call it. Yeah, just I just see all the attacks. I'm just thinking, bro, like it's free
all the references
after
to
the fourth
every
goal
ball.
went in, yeah, which Jose Sarr gave away, by the way. I remember, I think one of them, I think it was Gomez that asked for it in the middle of the black pass it.
Yes.
Guy whipped it up, and then Maduake scored. I think it's his second or third goal. At that point, and after that, the heads dropped. I'm thinking, you're only 2 goals down. You've
They're
got another 35 minutes or 30 minutes or something to go and get something because there was something, but they just didn't want to turn up. And I'm thinking, bro, this might be a long season for these, man. So yeah, man, it's just...
they look demoralized. I think their manager could be the first one to get sacked if they continue to drop points like this. Musa, you got anything to say on Chelsea before we move on?
No, the only thing I got to say is Maduake said this place stinks, and then he crashed on them. Fair play, like honestly, that's all I can say. Like he did it. He talked his talk, and he walked the walk. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm trying to say. Like actually, Fez, you can only say he's had a great week.
That's not fair play. That's not fair play. He could have said about the team, but not about the what I'm saying. Not about this.
As much all you want.
Yeah, what I'm saying. I think it's a terrible thing to speak about the city and the other people in the city who are not football fans who also live in that city, and then you crash on the entire city. You can crash on the club that you're going to play against and the players and say this club stinks and I'm going to beat you, and you score 3 goals, talk your trash and go and match it up. That's
the way his point is. I get it. All I'm gonna say is there's 2 points to take away from this. The defending in the first half needs to improve. Your defending in general needs to improve. We need to see how you're going to improve on that.
What did Caicedo though?
And Caicedo had a disaster class.
Yeah, I think you know what it is. You know, it's Caicedo. I've noticed now. This is back-to-back seasons. Like of me noticing, he starts very slow.
That's what I'm cooking. He does even for Brighton as well.
Even
for Brighton, same thing.
He starts He starts very slow. So like again, hopefully he can start getting a bit more rapido and actually start.
You think he's not in shape? What is it?
I have no idea. I think I don't know if it's like a fitness thing, if it's like a mental thing. I don't think it's a fitness thing because he was playing like heavy minutes against the other team and he still looked good fitness wise. It's just, I think, a mentality thing probably.
I need a larger sample size to talk about sustainability or anything like that. But if Chelsea expect to outscore every single opponent by like
Mudryk's got to go. He's got to go. He's got to go.
Oh yeah. The guy played 45 minutes. Do you know how many touches he had, guys?
The manager actually called him out today as well. The manager called him out today.
You know what I like that about Mascara?
What did he say?
He said, "Listen,
I wasn't happy. I wasn't happy."
You know what he said? He said, "Listen, off the ball, he was not good, and then so off the ball, he was good, but on the ball, he gave me nothing. So I had to take him off."
The guy is crazy. Last week, Maresca said, "Mudryk, you don't know. Sometimes he's like a tack." So I went to find out what a tack means. It's like a coin. If you spin it, today is heads, tomorrow is tails. You don't know what you're getting. I said, this man crazy. You're saying this to the press. He said he's like a tack. Mudryk is like tack. He needs to improve.
He comes from the school of Pep.
You know what? Other than the first
he's
half,
an Italian manager, man. Conte, you know what I mean? All these guys that you had before. That's what they do.
Other than the first half, Enzo was pretty decent in my eyes as well. He was shit in the first half, and then he stepped up.
But you know what happened? Once you play him in that 6th role as a deep playmaker, that's when he starts working.
You know what is I clock Chelsea's weakness? Anyone that's got a bit of PNP about them in their midfield that can run, you lot are in trouble, man.
You know what Chelsea's weakness is?
Man.
They're not going to break down. They're not going to break down most teams. Most teams, like the way they did against Wolves today, they could probably beat them. But against the top teams, they're going to struggle.
I think, but I feel we still have patterns of play. Brunski's put that. You can clearly see this.
I know, but the way you guys are so open defensively, some of the best teams in this league, like when you look at the top team, Aston Villa away, you're not going to get those kind of chances to score.
I can't lie.
That season was the opposite, but this season we're seeing it. If they climb the table, at least.
Might need to see more.
I want to see you guys versus Bournemouth or Brighton, and like.
Funnily enough, guess who you face after the international break?
Those are the kind of teams where I expect you to have.
We're facing Bournemouth after the international break. We face Bournemouth after the international break.
Yeah, let me wrap this section up. Chelsea did their thing.
Play with each other though.
Chelsea did their thing. Chelsea fans, you should be happy. don't let anybody try to let you downplay this win. That was a big win for you guys and probably your best second half performance in a long time for you guys. Now let's talk about Man United. Brighton beat Man United at the depth. Joao Pedro doing his thing. There was somebody who said they would super chat £100 if Manchester United beat Brighton. I guess he doesn't have to super chat that, but if you still want to, you can. Big up to that guy. I forgot his name though, but I'll try to remember it. Long story short, he did say that Brighton would beat Manchester United. He guaranteed it, and they were 100% spot on. Manchester United, it was a close game. You could have won it. Zerski, very unlucky. One of the most unluckiest offsides I've seen in a long time. The guy was literally just sitting there, hits his knee, and it's an offside position, and bang, that goes disallowed, changes the game. Brighton win it at the end. Your defender switched off, and it's like, Kaz, we were talking about this earlier. Some of these players, it's a new season, same bad performances.
No, it isn't.
I'm
Last
talking
year was way worse, bruv. Nah, well, you didn't say that. You said team. You didn't point out one singular player. I don't think Rashford was even that arsed, bro. I'm gonna be honest. People are just scapegoating once again, and I'm one of Rashford's biggest critiques, should I say? Like his overall link-up play and everything. But he just it was just an okay game. He just needs. You can tell his confidence is gone though, isn't it? He scored an offside goal, which I feel it was more than enough to look and make sure that you're onside. It's literally that easy, in my opinion, isn't it? He could have went into the break at 1-1. The performance was good. I think the result was just poor, innit, at the end. But now he goes to show, bro, you can't be playing two central midfielders or attacking midfielders at up top. Yeah, because there's nothing going on there, and you have to start the lick. Because Maguire would set the tone of the game. If it wasn't for that Maguire mistake, Brian was wrapped, man. I'll be honest. But bro, we lost in it. It is what it is. We've lost like 4 out of 5 against Brighton. It's just a bogey team, bro. There's nothing really much more to say against it. They should find themselves quite lucky. They also had to resort to long ball, just like the way Liverpool played in the first half. Long ball FC. They're supposed to be a possession team.
There we are. Keep going. Anyway, I want to talk about your boy Bruno.
Why is it my boy? I don't like him.
I don't know. He plays in your team, so I want to talk about your boy Bruno today. Yesterday, sorry. I want to know how you think he played, Kas.
Nah, he annoyed me.
He annoyed you. Why did he annoy you, Kas?
Because that final fucking ball.
That final ball, which he is what he's paid to do, pretty much. He's paid to. Exactly. He's paid money to play those kind of passes and get it right. And he hasn't got it right for the last 2 games now. He's not been great for the last 2 games. So and now you've lost the game today because of those kind of passes that you never made. So,
no, we lost the game because some players like Ahmad and Rashford decide they don't want to stay on side.
Ahmad scored you the goal. Don't blame Ahmad. Ahmad scored you the goal here. Let's not blame Ahmad.
Be constructive. I had a tweet at half time saying get Ahmad off because he was having a howler. He kept playing.
And then players like that, if you keep him on, they score you the goal. I'm saying that.
Ahmad got a deflection. That's how that goal went in. What made you think that ball?
It was going in bottom corner.
I know.
Yeah, it was going in anyway.
Yeah, but still, like we would never know that. We know the deflection went in. So my point is, Kaz was right because he had been playing like dog shit.
Look at the first chance. The biggest chance of the game, bro. Diving header, side foot into the other corner, missed the whole goal. The low, he could have set the tone. It's an easy goal. I guarantee most wingers in a league are burying that. And then what's the second one that happened with us? We missed. I think it was a Casemiro free fucking header. Another one missed. And there was another one in that first.
I think he might have been offside. I think he might have been offside for that one.
Which one?
The only one. I think the Casemiro header. I think he was offside. I think he was offside.
That's a different chance. I'm telling you now.
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Take the chance and let them do VAR. Like, why would you just?
By the way,
the part that kills me about some players. Like, I'm going to not do it because I think no. I'm gonna put the ball in the back of the net and let VAR check it. You never know. What if there's somebody?
That's what Zexi tried to do.
Yeah, and that's all it is. So
it is what it is, isn't it? But you know, so I'm allowed to defend like this as long as proximity is there, innit? When I'm gonna remember that next time I go to play football.
Yeah, the only thing that was crazy for me in that game, to be honest, that I just kept on thinking about is that the Brighton manager literally was not born when the Premiership started.
I promise you, Brighton are gonna get Brighton right now. I'm not gonna kid you. They're usually quite good against big teams, isn't it? Like they do play a decent brand. They do get killed at times. This Brighton team, are going to get killed this year. They think they can play like that and be stubborn like that against that Chelsea side. and also like that against Arsenal, they're gonna
They didn't
get.
even play that well. I agree. They
They're
didn't even
gonna-
play that
I'm
well.
telling
And they
you
still
now,
But
I'm
beat
to
telling
be
you
them.
now,
fair,
That's why
they
it's
didn't
even
have their
worse.
best midfield. They didn't even have their best midfield out there.
It
They didn't have the best
doesn't-
midfield. They didn't play great, and they still
Yeah.
beat Man United, which is
Yeah,
surprising.
but
Which is surprising to me.
no,
That's what I'm trying to say.
sometimes
so here,
luck
so-
rides, but they're gonna get killed.
Their luck got them the win on that game. Manchester United played a better game than
That's
they did.
usually us. We usually have
I
luck.
think Manchester United played because I watched that game. I think Manchester United overall, over 90 minutes, played better than Brighton. Brighton's luck just
Yeah.
shined. It's the same way you look at last season.
Almost
You played-
reverse judge on
No,
United.
no, I'm just saying. If you look at how last season we played Aston Villa, we played better than them. Overall, they scored the goals. The bottom line is sometimes you might be the better team overall, and you're looking better than you were last season. You just didn't get the goals, and the goals that they should have been clinical in, they weren't clinical in. That's on them. I totally understand that. But to say that Brighton beat them and try to beat it down Man U's throat as though Brighton dominated the game, no, Brighton did not. Brighton were just very, very, very lucky. And their luck shine. Their luck might not ride that same way against the Chelsea, against the Man City, against an Arsenal, against the Tottenham. You may not get that type of luck. You're getting that luck right now because Manchester United is regrouping and they're starting again with new players and solidifying their team. Brighton, you only changed the manager. You lost a couple of players, but you still have the core of your team, right? So realistically, you're not going to be this lucky against Aston Villa or any one of those teams that can actually press you very well. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see how they do.
Let me ask, Kas, do you have any hope for the next game?
Easy.
I'm
not
gonna smoke you, bro.
I can't even
We
lie
saw
to you.
three. We saw three. We're gonna smoke you. I'm being dead serious.
I'm
They're
gonna
gonna
be.
put the sword to
By
you,
the,
bro.
by the way, yeah, let's not act like Liverpool weren't anything atrocious for like 50 minutes in that game.
Okay.
Let's not
Okay.
like, let's not like, you
Are we
can't play.
going
Like,
to Liverpool? Are we going to
I'm
Liverpool now?
not being funny. I think we're better than Brentford in transitions and stuff. We're also at Old Trafford. I think, look, Liverpool, I'm going to give you flowers there. I'll be honest. You turned it up. Second half FC again. But I'm not going to lie. Like, as much as I saw it, I'm not that afraid of Liverpool, innit? Like, I'll be honest. Look, I think Liverpool got something good going on. And you know what? If I'm a Liverpool fan right now, I'll be looking at this team thinking, imagine we added 3-4 quality additions. Imagine where we could be.
We'd be challenging for the league. I agree.
No,
I think we'd be challenging for the league.
That's the annoying part on that part in it as well. Like, but I'm not really afraid of Liverpool at Old Trafford. I've been saying this. There's a difference when Man United play a more of a top side at home. I don't have anything to be worried about more time. The only one I get a bit more iffy about.
I think it's only Liverpool. I actually think it's only when you guys play at Old Trafford against us. You guys always turn up.
I say this most times, isn't it? Yeah. Even if Liverpool's got a shit team when it's at Anfield,
yeah,
Man United should still be worried. When Man United's got a shit team like they did last year, like they put out against Liverpool, Liverpool should also be worried because Liverpool also got carried away thinking they'll beat us in both fixtures just for us to end their title hopes for and also an FA Cup run. It's just the way it goes, bro. And you know what? If Gravenberch decides he wants to start being shaky like he did in the
Gravenberch. The second Gravenberch wasn't. You talking about Gravenberch second half? Are we talking about Gravenberch second half?
Aki, by the way, you're talking very fast. You can
Gravenberch second half was better than any midfielder that you have right now. Casemiro, you'd love Gravenberch in your team right now.
It's the most you could talk about.
Here's the most. I won 2-0 today. Can you say you won 2-0? Can you say you won? Can you say you won a game?
Is it about my club?
And I'm the one speaking first. Okay, say no more.
Okay then.
See what I mean? See what I mean?
You guys are facing each other. It's about both your clubs.
See what I mean? Exactly. I won my game this week. Let me have the say. You guys, you never won your game today.
I don't usually talk over people in it. Yeah, typically I was allowed to go forward. So I try to land my points in it because it's just an easy jab in it. So this is what happens after some experience on YouTube. Sometimes you just got to let.
Okay.
Yeah, man. I think it's getting that way. So, anyways, as I was saying, yeah, if he wants to play as shaky as he did, yeah, in the first half against a Man United team that I would expect to be on a front foot, like in the preseason until we gave away goals to them. Like, I don't know, man. Like Xerxes hype in it. Let's run it. I don't mind. You know, Trent getting hooked and being annoyed. Let's see in it. Boy. I'm quite confident against Liverpool.
Like I guaranteed
you know what I will say
today.
We'll talk about Liverpool in a second. I just want to say you can't really look at that Manchester United loss and be like Man United are
a measuring stick. I don't look at it as a measuring stick.
Judge it based on that because the way they're gonna play against Brighton away. Wait, it was Brighton away, right?
Yeah.
It's not going to be the same as how they play any top tie at home. Whenever we travel to Old Trafford, any of our clubs, It's not easy.
Well,
I
actually,
agree.
Ahmed were not all about that over the years. Vice versa.
Bro,
Can't
we
even
only
really
beat you
get
like
on
And
twice.
that's the thing. That's the thing with top clubs and their homepage. I think Arsenal was the only team in the top 6 that our homepage was not. People were not afraid to come beat us up until the last couple of years. You know, but every other person, I'll be honest with you, not London Derby. I hate that stadium. I don't want. I don't like playing there because it just there's always.
You've got that soon, isn't it?
Yeah, it's heart palpitations throughout the entire 90 minutes. Even though I know we're
Bro,
going
we
to
battered them the last couple of years.
I agree, girl. I'm not saying we don't, but I'm saying it's always heart palpitations, knowing that regardless, yes, I believe we're going to win. But if some freak of nature happens and we don't win or we tie the game, I just don't want to hear it.
You know one stadium that I'm not scared of? Stamford Bridge. We go there, it's a brothel. We're good.
Well, yeah, I think
Last
you know
few
what it
years,
is?
I think the last few
know
years
what it
for
is?
sure, but not.
You need to earn, I think
It is
Stamford
what it
Bridge,
is.
you need to just earn your respect back. I think that's the one.
I
thing.
agree.
Post
I agree.
Eden Hazard, we've had fun.
Yeah.
We used to have fun at your stadium until the last 2 years. I would argue. Last 2 years we haven't though. I'll say for sure.
Yeah,
It
Arsenal's
was
got
the
their
swing for
respect
the
back
last
at the
week.
Emirates. They got their
Yeah, the
respect.
last 2 years you haven't. Yeah.
Since the year you won the Champions League, you have not beat us in any
Exactly.
game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We won the year after that, literally. I get at you with you at home. I think it's the last 2 seasons that we've got actually got battered. The last 2 seasons you've been at the Emirates. I'll be honest.
Yeah, yo, Kaz, I got it set up. You're going at 9, right?
Yeah. After this, whenever.
But before we go any further, we're gonna move off the Man United section. I like the fact that we're actually like analyzing the game, not just bantering, because sometimes we spend 20 minutes just talking banter.
Well, why did you get Musa on then? He's called Musa Talks Football.
Bro,
I'm
you and
talking.
Musa have some sort of relationship where everyone thinks
he's
together.
a part of the Saturday, the shameless kind of panel, and it's just you know what? I think yesterday went more well than I thought.
You can't turn it off, eh?
You can't, bro. When you've got Deji, Specs, and the rest of them just running their mouths at it, it's impossible, man.
No, but
And
Deji actually thinks Tottenham is a bigger club than most of our clubs. Like
when people actually realize Deji's not putting on a show for just a show, he's being dead serious. I promise you now. That's when you just laugh. You just laugh.
He was. I seen his video on Instagram where he was at the game. The man's literally shouting. Nobody around him shouting. Well, that's funny. But yeah, let's talk about the Arsenal game quickly. We'll leave the Liverpool game for last. Let's be honest. It was probably the deadest game out of all of our games. But the Arsenal game, I thought that game was a tough game. You guys watched that game. Arsenal, we were holding on for a while. Like Aston Villa could have easily gotten a couple chances. Ollie Watkins had a disaster class. It was rugged. It was fighting, violence at times. You got little tugs here and there. William Saliba showed his class. Everyone agrees how good William Saliba is. He's probably one of the best players in his position by far at this moment in time, and that's even more stapled after every single performance. I thought Trossard coming off the bench showed night and day to what Martinelli was doing to start the game. Night and day. But you could say it was tired legs. You could say it was because Matty Cash got injured and they had a youngster and Trossard was able to use the experience a little bit more. And finally, I'm not going to talk about Thomas Partey specifically. I'm going to talk about David Raya. David Raya was the man of the match. And because of the chances that he saved us numerous times, you could say Trossard was man of the match if you want. But for me, David Raya was the man of the match. The save, the double save, the fact that he was constantly just ending attacks before it even got into the box. He did an amazing job. And back-to-back games where he kept us in the game. And you can no longer say it's because of the defense that David Raya is a good keeper. He's actually just a good keeper.
I've got constructive criticism about one player. You know, I got told he's going to be like a new signing, but he actually got cooked on quite a couple occasions.
Who? Timber.
I
thought Timber was good. I didn't notice anything negative.
Nah, bro. Leon Bailey, before he went down and obviously twisted his ankle a little, brother was giving him the. I think that performance from Leon Bailey at least said, "Don't get too comfortable, my guy. Like we're here, but welcome to the Prem. Like, do you know when he's like,
about Morgan Rogers?
Who?
Morgan Rogers
made party. Oh my word, bro!
That performance was
that reminded me of. I know it's a bit more different because he was on a wing, but when anyone that remembers, I can't remember his first name, but his name was something Spence against Gary Neville before he retired when he knew it was time to stop playing football. Yeah, he absolutely running ragged in the FA Cup. Yeah, that's what happened to Partey today. Partey looked old today. Like I'm not even like yesterday. Sorry, he looked old. But you know what? It is what it isn't. He still didn't concede because even if they get past, it's like, all right, then you got Saliba and Gabriel next. What are you doing? What's next? Because Watkins is it just me, or do I feel like Watkins' body language has, even on the last game, it just everything seems kind of off.
Confidence player, man. When you're a confidence player like that, he's not.
The thing is, did you see McGinn post match? McGinn. No, I'm actually gonna say something quickly. McGinn post match literally was like, "We've got to get around Ollie. He's not feeling himself at the moment in time." So
really,
guys are saying, yeah, he said that.
Is he going through something?
I don't know what's going. I don't know if he's going through something, but they were like, "We gotta rally around what's he called, Ollie." That's what they've been saying. So
he's had a good summer. I thought he'd have.
Yeah,
I thought he'd be over the moon, man.
What happened to Ollie Watkins?
Hold on,
that's
we
what
don't know.
That's what I'm saying. I have no idea, bro.
Who remembers in the summer transfer window? Some people are like, if Ollie Watkins was up for sale, Arsenal should go get a striker. And look at all the chances. Hold on. I'm going somewhere. This is why I say, for me. Anyway, let me not
overrated. To say he's overrated. That's what I've been saying for time, bro.
But my thing with this Aston Villa game, let me just analyze it the way I want it. The way I perceived the Aston Villa game for me was more of a psychological thing. I said to myself, if the Arsenal players look at last season and look at the table and see that they won 28 games and City won 28 games, and we lost 2 games to Aston Villa, home and away, 6 points dropped, and Aston Villa is your second game of the season, the last thing you want to do is go into that game and lose. Mentality-wise, it kills you to know that you could have tied those 2 games and tied the league with City last season without losing those games, even though you played better last season than them. So this season, I think Arteta set us up more to be more pragmatic and not to try and go gun-ho with them, which is what we did last season. We had more possession. We camped in their box, and once they got us on the counter, it was over. And they tried to do that to us again this time around. They baited us to come in, and I think this time around we're better set up for them. Now, individual players, Martinelli, yeah, he didn't have such a great game, but Trossard came in, did the business. The second goal, this is the second time we've played Aston Villa that Martinez has done Agent Martinez and assisted us. Last season, it was Jorginho's shot off the bar on his back into the net. This season, it is Partey's own that he palms into the net. So Agent Martinez is still on salary, which I totally agree. And by the way, some of you don't even now know that Mr. Watkins is also on our payroll. He did not score those goals because he's an Arsenal fan. He looked at the goalpost and said, Raya, you can have it in your hands. Here you go. I'm joking. But seriously speaking, if we talk about each individual player from back to front, they did what they had to do. Villa is a quality team that can hurt any team on the transition. Villa is that quality. So we can't sit here and expect us not to get peppered a little by Villa. It's what we do with the peppering. Did we stop the attacks? Yes. Did we limit their chances? We did. Yeah, a few players got cooked, but when people hold on to that and say, oh, this guy got cooked, I'm like, so everybody gets cooked every now and then. Every player in their career has been cooked. Messi has been cooked. Ronaldo has been cooked. Every player has been cooked in their career. So cooking a player in the game and not having an end result doesn't matter to me at this point. What matters to me is, if you like, cook my whole team. If we leave with 3 points and 1-0, I don't care. I don't care. Like, end of the season, we'll see what you're cooking and my points tally say. Like, that's all I care about. If my points tally wins me the league, you can cook all you want. As long as you're not scoring.
I'm not even laughing at that. I just saw Chelsea's new black third away kit. Nike is horrendous. They've outdone themselves this time.
Yeah.
Well, the black one doesn't look too bad to us.
Have you not seen the Nike? Have you not seen the Nike swoosh?
What is it? Chelsea.
Yeah, they put it there. Yeah, the black
Nike
one.
swoosh.
If you go to the Chelsea, you know what you should just do? Go to Chelsea, the Chelsea women's team. It's there, right there, literally. Chelsea.
Wait.
I tagged you again.
Is it the old school logo?
No.
No, it's just the center logo. So you look how in the Chelsea kit they've got the line, right, holding the pole. That's literally in the actual badge itself.
That's terrible. That's
like
terrible, how is a Nike switch upside down? Like literally, like it's.
Well, listen, you got to ask Nike.
Can you guys send me this?
I'll send it to you.
Bro, I just tagged you in it.
Okay, yeah.
That's horrendous. Look at the Nike tick.
Wait. Are they trying to be like United?
Look at the Nike.
I don't like it. I don't like it. The Nike tick's up. That's our kit as well. That's our third kit is white, but it's different color. But it's
this is the women's kit, right?
No, this is the men's and women's wear the same kit. Men's and women's fast wear.
Why is the Nike sign like that? What the hell?
You have to ask Nike, innit? Nike's the one that designed it. They designed it.
Yeah, they done our third kit like that as well, man.
Yeah, they did.
You got to drop Nike.
Same with Liverpool.
You know what? The color could look really good. The colorway could look good because black kits always
Yeah.
kind of come out nice.
Black
not
and
about
pink
the-
is not
it's
bad.
not about
The
the
black and pink
design,
is not
it's
bad.
about-
But
It's
Nike,
not
but
that
Nike, Nike announced that they were going to do a campaign on a upside down swoosh. That's what they called it. They
Yeah.
had that campaign way before all of this. It's not because
Yeah.
of Chelsea that they did it. They actually have a
Yeah.
whole campaign for an upside down swoosh brand that they're doing.
That's
But
horrible.
where is it?
To be
Where
fair,
is it? At least
yeah,
tell
do
me something.
you know what the issue is? You know what the issue is, boys? Listen, yeah, Chelsea's best kits have always been Adidas in it because we've been
100%.
bro, and we've
Yeah.
had the most our
It's in-
most
Liverpool
and
just signed a
Umbro.
new deal with I think Liverpool just signed with Adidas as
Yeah.
well for next
Ours
season.
Yeah, I think
ends
so,
in
for the other seasons,
25.
yeah.
I think ours
Bro,
in
Adidas,
26.
it goes in order. Adidas, who's second?
You know
Wait,
what? I would give
Hugh
the
Martin.
old Umbro kits. You know the old Umbro kits. I want to give them a strong.
Don't you don't.
What
don't,
about
don't.
Napoli?
Bro.
Capcom.
I don't know, man. I'm not
Nah.
gonna lie, man. It's just I
But
think
these
Adidas
days,
is-
it just
right now,
listen.
it's probably Puma. Right now, the New Balance kits are old New
No,
Balance
no, no.
kits.
I'm
Puma's
sorry.
terrible.
Puma,
Our
no,
New
no.
Balance kits. I want to go back to our old New Balance kits because it was for us. It was
Yeah.
incredible. I loved it.
New
I loved
Balance
it,
was
honestly.
poverty money
Figure-
though. Like, you guys weren't
that
getting that
new
kind of money.
Liverpool home kit is the dusty. Like their away kit.
Yeah,
The
They're
away
I'm
kit-
not-
blind.
I'm not-
The
I was not
Lions,
fan of
it's
it.
the
I was
Lions,
not
bro.
fan of it.
One second. You guys don't want to talk about the Arsenal game at all. You kind of like it is what it is. We
We
won the
spoke
game.
about it.
I've
We
spoken
spoke
about a lot,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
Me and
yeah.
Dai
We
already
spoke
have our
about it.
disagreements already about Martinelli,
Yeah.
but listen, it is what it is. man.
Martinelli's fucking
no, look,
shit
see,
right
see,
now.
look,
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Martinelli like that.
here's what I'm going to say.
Oh
again.
shit, man.
Here's what I'm going to say about Martinelli's case. Yes, Martinelli was
No,
very
stop
crap.
calling him Martinelli. He's Martin, man. Martin.
Martinelli was very,
All right,
very
we'll
crap.
move on.
Like very crap in those.
Marty?
Very crap in those games. I hear you. But when people
Shit, man.
say it's a carry on from last season, I'm like, yes, it is a carry on from last season. But last season, there's context to why he was crap, and this is why I had to dispel the nonsense where they said, but he played 34 games, and I'm like, but he started only what 18 or 20 of them. The others he didn't start. Why? Because of injury, in and out, and the whole left side of Arsenal last season. If it wasn't Tomiyasu playing left back, and because Martinelli needs that assistance on the left to be able to unleash him. He's not like Bukayo Saka on the right, where if Bukayo doesn't have a Ben White or a Odegaard, he can still perform, right? So there's a big difference between how they both play. And the idea that because he had a bad season last season, knowing fully well that Arsenal had a bad left side last season, if it wasn't Tomiyasu, it was Zinchenko. If it's not Zinchenko, we're just rotating players like Kirill, right? Now, all of a sudden, we're looking at settling that left side. Let's give him a few more games. Let's see a few more games off the bench, not as a starter. Leandro Trossard starts. Trossard does his thing. We can score a goal or two before halftime, and then we bring him in and let him close out the game. And that's what I think.
You've got two players that are on your left side that are impact players. That's your issue now, yeah? They're
Yes.
two different types of impact players. You need a goal. The impact player to bring on is Trossard. You need to, you're already 2-0 up, yeah? Or 2-1 up, and then the other team are chasing the game. Martinelli, easy food, right? That's his game. The thing is, when we're going to stop hyping this guy up now, you know what? I've gave him enough time.
I'm not hyping him up.
I think 2 games
no
is.
more
I think
excuses, no more
Dale's-
hiding.
Dale's
Kaz,
there.
what I said is Merino
sec.
is in now. Let's see what Merino
I-
does to
I'm
balance
gonna
that
be
left
honest.
side.
I'm gonna be honest. I couldn't give a fuck.
I think
what
that's
Merino
fair.
brings. Like I don't care what Merino's bring. He's not Shaka. He's not doing the overlap. The thing
That's
that
not.
he's
It's
good
not
at
about.
is running
But
left.
it's not the
That's
Shaka
what he's
role.
gonna
This
do.
is stop.
Give
You are
it
pigeonholing.
up.
You are pigeonholing Shaka's role too.
No, because then what are you gonna do with Declan Rice then?
Hold on. You're
Then what
talking
are
about.
you gonna do with Declan Rice then?
Listen,
Where's
listen,
Declan Rice going?
listen. Hold on. Let me finish. You
Declan
can't.
Rice is going to be the 6.
You guys cannot
When-
get over Shaka after
Oh
two
my
seasons.
God.
You can't get over Granit Xhaka after 2 seasons. You keep going back to Granit Xhaka of 2
Oh.
seasons ago. Oh, Arsenal, look at that.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, last season we did better than we did with Granit Xhaka. Even though we did not win, we did
You're
better.
gonna
than we
help
did with him.
Nelly. Has
You know
anyone
what I
actually
would
watched
say?
Merino?
You
So
know
what
what
are we
it is,
talking
dude,
about
that-
here?
you know what?
Has anyone
you know
actually
what-
watched Merino play? Merino. Has anyone actually
No.
Merino play? Please.
I haven't watched
please.
that one. No.
The bro
At least
don't do overlaps.
listen,
The brother
listen.
don't do
You know what?
overlaps on the left like the
Listen,
way you want
Well,
to
you
do.
know what I would
Nobody-
say to you, Igal?
He's
Igal,
more of a
you know
Jorginho
what?
type player.
Yeah, you know what I would say to you, Igal? I feel
But
like
he
for me
also wins the ball
personally-
high up the pitch.
Yeah,
He does.
I would say that for me personally, I think Rice as the 8 is much better because I think for me he's much better box to box defensive. You know what I mean? At least he's a great carrier of the ball. I don't really see him as a.
left-footed. That's the thing. I think he's going to naturally.
Do you
take
not
that
think
spot
it's just better? Maybe listen. Maybe every now and then one stays in the 6. What the other one moves? You can
There's
have
no-
it other way around. You can actually have them.
I
switch
think
on if need
think
be.
you guys are going to be seriously surprised when Moreno is actually here.
I'm gonna
with-
be honest, Gal. I know you haven't watched more than 10 games, Marino. So let's just stop right now.
No, but
I
I've
know
seen what.
most of us-
But listen, but
Bro,
we've seen.
one second,
No,
one
we've
second.
seen. Hold on, but we've seen what his quality is.
Hold
Kaz.
on, hold on.
We've seen what his quality
I've
is.
had enough of
He
people
wins
that
duels,
don't
he
watch
passes the
players.
ball.
It's annoying me.
Listen, this man wins majority of his duels and makes over 90% of his passes. accurate. So the point is, if you have a player like that, massive guy in the midfield, left-footed, can play the left channel.
He's not
Wins
Salah.
listen. Wins his duels and releases Martinelli to drive in. Instead of Martinelli dropping into the middle, running like a headless chicken, looking down, and like literally somebody who wins the ball up. I mean, closer in the opponent's side. What are we talking about here? Are you saying that doesn't help?
I'm not. You know what? You know what it is, yeah. I look
Like,
at Arsenal, yeah, right now, and I look at Merino. He's just come to be a bit part player that can fill in the central midfield role when Declan Rice comes
You
off.
will
You
be
need a bit of
surprised.
physicality there.
You said the
No,
same
I'm
thing
not-
about
I never said he's crap, but he's not starting because if he's starting,
No.
then Declan Rice isn't starting because Partey and Jorginho's got that role. The thing is, what I'm trying to say is,
You will be
forget about trying
surprised.
to
the fact that you pigeonhole players and say Partey and Jorginho have got that role, like you are
They
the
are
manager of
starting.
Arsenal.
They are.
Listen,
Yeah,
let me
no.
say this to you. Let me say
Wait,
this to you,
wait,
right?
hold on. No, one sec, Dale. You've spoken enough. I'm speaking now, yeah? This is the way it's going to be, bro. I've got enough evidence, yeah, of Arteta. I saw last year, Declan Rice, 6, didn't
Sorry,
like it.
Taylor, I meant dual winning. Sorry, my bad.
But yeah, he doesn't like it. He clearly likes a guy that likes to pass forward and can dictate the game a little bit more and pick it up. I'm not saying Declan Rice can't do it, and I think you're going to actually see Merino and Rice play together a lot more than we think. But Merino's not coming in to be a starter. Let's get that thing straight. Partey is looking at that guy because he believes in Partey. With a run more games, he could be that guy. And I think he can be. I think
I can't
Partey's
disagree. I
player.
can't disagree.
I think
Let me
every
explain why.
player-
One
I
sec,
think every player we're
one sec.
signing, I think every player we
Martinelli.
sign this window is coming in to take somebody's position.
The issue is
I-
with Martinelli, we're giving him the benefit of the doubt because he's young, for one. Yeah. And two, you know, he does deserve some game time to see what he can do. But then you got people like Martin. The issue is, it's not Arsenal 2 years ago anymore. Like the one that first started, that actually started getting good, where teams actually didn't respect Arsenal as much, where Martinelli had more space. Now there's less space because teams respect Arsenal. You're seeing that there's a limitation within Martinelli's game. And hold on, one sec, there's actually competition for places. So you know what is with Arsenal? You will lose your place very quickly in the forward line if you can't be up to scratch, if you're not deemed a player like Saka. And I think it's evident at that point. The thing is, sounds kind of negative on Arsenal because this is probably a good thing on Arsenal right now to think that, you know what, if you're not good enough, you're coming out because somebody else can come in and do your job. But Marino's not coming in, let's be real, to come and help and display what he can do for Martinelli. Martinelli just needs to do what a normal good player would do with good IQ, like setting the ball back on time, you know, actually crossing the ball into a dangerous area without overhitting it or overcooking it. Like yesterday.
You know what it is?
Decision
You know what it is,
making.
guys,
I think
yeah,
you can agree on that one, day or no?
No, you know what it is. You know what it is, guys. Yeah.
No, but
I'm
you
gonna
know,
say-
but that's exactly you. It's like when I spoke about Martinelli, everybody just ignored the part where I talked about how bad he was and the mistakes that he made. I agree with that, but my point again is, like I said, I put context around players. I don't think Martinelli is washed. I think he's had a bad last season. I think he started badly this season so far in the first 2 games. Yeah, I think there's certain things that you can do because we saw this with Kai Havertz. Of course, Arsenal cannot afford to carry anybody along this season if we really want to win the league. Because imagine if Kai Havertz had kicked off from the beginning of the season last season, with what he did in the second half of the season, if he had started that way, we probably would have been better off at the end of the season, right? So my thing is, I totally understand that, which is why I said, for me, I said it earlier, I will start Leandro Trossard now because he has showed that he's a bet. Like, if both of them are impact players, then you both impact first half, second half. For now, because I don't have anybody else to put there. If you are saying, Kas, to me that I have 2 impact players on my left. Okay,
Different
great
types of
stuff.
impact
Yeah,
players.
different types of impact players. All right, cool. Let this one start. If we get a goal or 2, we know we can shut off. We know our defense is solid enough. I bring Martinelli in. He has 45 minutes of, you know, getting his confidence up, doing what he needs to do. Because if I can get Martinelli to the Martinelli of 2 seasons ago, then we're cooking.
I think Martinelli is going to be good in big games. In big games when teams want to attack you, I think that's when you're going to see the best, the better of Martinelli.
Hopefully, I'm just saying that.
But then Trossard's a big game player too.
I wouldn't say he's washed. When people just turn around,
Yeah.
oh, he's washed. He's
I
washed.
wouldn't say he's washed. No, I wouldn't say he's
Ahmed
washed.
Let Ahmed jump in
Yeah.
before we switch to Liverpool. Ahmed, go ahead.
I'll say 2 things. Yeah, I don't think Martinelli is necessarily washed. I wouldn't cuss out Martinelli like that. But I would say I just don't think right now for the level you need for what you're trying to do to win the title. I just don't personally think he's it. The reason why I like Trossard, I would say, is that he's a super sub for you guys. Bring him on the bench, he'll usually score a goal for you or come in clutch for you in some way, shape, or form. But like I just feel like with him, you know, it's always this thing I hear from Arsenal fans about we need to unlock him, we need to do this for him, that for him. But like as a player, sometimes, bro, you also need to adapt. And I feel like he should be also adapting to the team to be able to get the best out of himself too. That's what I would say on him. And in regards to Marino, and I think for me, secondly, when it comes to Merino. I haven't seen that much of him, so I'm not going to comment on him personally. But what I will say is that if he is going to come to be a starter, I can hear it because, you know, listen, let's be real, guys. Partey is very injury prone. This brother, I think, only played how many games for you guys last season? 6 games. So like
less than that.
18, 18.
Sorry, 18. But he's still like
In total.
not playing in total, right? So again, that's not a lot. That's quite little for him. So at the end of the day, bringing him a guy like Merino, hopefully he does well for you. That's what I'll say.
Okay, Kaz, I know you gotta go because you're gonna be setting up your stream, so I appreciate you jumping on. Also, whenever you gotta go, but we're gonna talk about Liverpool and then we're gonna wrap up. Musa, talk to me about your team. Your team won. Liverpool, professional performance, 2-0. Mo Salah scored. I needed more from Mo Salah though, because my fantasy team, I had him captain.
Yeah, man.
But when it comes,
an old man.
yeah, he's becoming an old man.
A shout out.
He's becoming
But
an
you know
old
what?
man.
You know what?
Listen,
When Luis Diaz scored, I swear to you, I had people on my Twitter that are Liverpool fans saying the shit guy finally scored. That's how bad it's gotten. Liverpool fans are making fun of him.
I'm not here.
They hate on him
here.
too much, bro. They hate on him too much.
I'm not here. I'm not here. When last season, when he was missing those easy chances, I was criticizing. See, I'm not gonna be criticizing if he scored these goals. This guy's 27 years old. He can do everything. When I talk about everything, this guy's a baller. This guy's a complete baller, 100%. Like, he just needs to finish it and put it into the back of the net. Get me some GA, and then we start talking. That's all I care about. This guy is just going past players, 100%. You can do all of that, but he's not putting it at the back of the net. That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted from you. That's what's the frustrating part from these Liverpool fans. That's why they don't like him. I hear it, but this game in particular, if I'm looking at this game, what a performance, man. Like, you see the goal, that's classic Liverpool. That first goal is classic Liverpool. Like, you see it from those 17, 18, like that's what I'm trying to say. That is ruthless. Yeah. That's ruthless. That's what I'm trying to say to you. Like, that's what I want from us more. This, as well as the second goal, bro, what a brilliant assist. See what I mean? Like, Luis Diaz, I don't recognize this man. Like, this guy's turned into a new guy. Like, that's what I'm trying to say to you. This game, like, he was incredible. Like, Salah got his. Salah, people told me Salah was washed, bro. Get Veta back in, bro. I want to talk to this guy. I want to talk to this guy, bro. 3 years. Give him another 3 years. 35-year-old Salah will still be better than most right wingers out there. I'm telling you now.
Bro. You don't want to give him another
35-year-old Salah will still be better than most wingers out there now. I'm being serious.
I'm just gonna
give him another deal. I'm
gonna be honest with you, bro. Listen, let's tranquila a little bit. Let's relax. Yeah.
No, I'm not having it.
It's only 2 games in. It's only 2 games in.
I'm not having it.
Salah
will get you guaranteed 15, 20 goals this season. Guaranteed. You'll get you.
By the way, your fans.
Not many strikers could do that. Not many wingers could do that.
Your fans after the game recording Trent not clapping the fans, wanting him sold to Real Madrid now. What's going on with that?
No, he went off to the bench.
Listen,
he was crazy.
He's not happy. The guy's not happy. Why is he getting subbed off? That's what he's not happy with. And that's a footballer. That's a real man. That's what I'm trying to say to you. I don't want to get subbed off. He's a world-class striker. He's a world-class right back. Sorry, world-class player. Like, I'm not trying to get subbed off here. I hear it. That's what I'm trying to say.
No,
you got other players. Trent doesn't know. Slot's cooking him up. For Man United next week.
Musa, can I say this to you? If after all of this experience that Trent already has and doesn't understand that it's about the team, when you're getting subbed off because there is a reason, and whatever that reason is about the team, and you now want to start throwing a fit and having an attitude, you are not world class anymore.
I would expect nothing less from a pro player.
Listen, I would expect
nothing.
I would expect. Listen, I would expect.
Got subbed off tomorrow. You'd be pissed. Got subbed off tomorrow.
Musa, hold on. I would expect the player of that caliber.
I 100% would expect nothing less. No one is saying anything.
Musa, a player of that caliber with the experience that he has, for how long he's played for Liverpool and how he badges for Liverpool like this, he bleeds Liverpool. To say, okay, I understand we're winning, it's cool, there's a reason, show example, right? When you turn around and hail that as a good attitude, you are literally saying how bad he is, because that is a nasty thing for you to come off. If you really want to show that, okay, I don't want to be subbed off, say nothing now, and in the very next game, make sure that you are the one that gives the 3 assists that wins the game. Make sure you do that.
You know what it is, Dio? You know what it is, Dio? My guy here has got he's got his Liverpool glasses on, man. He's a pure red. He's not looking at it objectively, which is that. Listen, bro. Obviously under Klopp, he was Klopp's favorite guy. You know, Klopp was always going to be there.
Why do you have red glasses as a Chelsea fan?
this is for personal use, isn't it? I like to wear good glasses for whenever
Listen,
I'm
I would
out in
expect
the
nothing
summer.
less.
Yeah,
He's a
so
gooner.
astaghfirullah, chill
Bro.
out, man. You know what I mean? Look, no,
What's
but
this
like,
stuff for love, bro?
Go
I'm
on,
not.
go on.
It's not a sin.
no,
Go,
I'm
go.
just trolling. But listen, on a honest,
Man saying supporting Arsenal is a sin.
man, I should not have said that. I should not have said that. But
Go,
man, listen,
go,
what I would say though is that listen, at the end of the day, listen, you've got a new gaffer now. At least you should have some level of appreciation to the new gaffer's decision, and at least put a good front foot forward, bro. You know what I mean? Like, yes, you may not be happy to have gone off the pitch. Do it behind the scenes. You shouldn't be having, what's his name, Slot coming to sit next to him and explain the decision to him, bro. You know what I mean? That's kind of inexcusable. I'll have to say for me. Like,
Wait.
Go ahead.
Sorry. I just seen a Real Madrid.
Club's done that many times. Club's done that many times. I'm used to it now. I'm used to it.
1 second, guys. This is a Real Madrid fan changing his logo to Bayern Munich. What the fuck is going on?
No, leave him now. He's a bot. He has been talking nonsense ever since. Look, I responded to him. He started by
Did
talking
Real
some crap.
Madrid lose? Why is he not claiming Real Madrid?
They won, bro. They won
won.
today.
No,
Even Hendrick scored today. Hendrick scored today, by the way.
Hold on, let me
The
pull up.
MPC scored. Did you see his celebration? This guy's such a media darling. He went like this.
He's not right.
Too much PR, man. They've been giving him
After
celebration.
the goal, he said he dedicated to Pele.
Let me say this. Listen to this. Listen to this. Right? Kylian Mbappe against Valladolid. 85 minutes, 4 shots, 0 goals. Right? Hendrick, listen. Hendrick against Valladolid. 5 minutes, 1 goal, 1 shot.
It sounds like Trossard and Martinelli.
Exactly.
They're too left-sided, by the way. I'll just let you know, the Real Madrid guy, their team is too left-sided, bro. Like Vinny, him, and Vinny, was it called Mbappe?
He's not a Real Madrid fan no more. He's a Bayern fan.
No, leave him now. Like
this is crazy,
listen,
man.
no, he's a confused fan, and after
he's a 15-year-old FIFA kid. Allow him.
No wonder. Oh, he's a kid. He's a kid.
Can I talk about slot ball? Can I talk about slot ball?
Hold on,
He's a
Musa,
youngster. Let Vamos be, man.
1 second. Vamos, I apologize. I didn't know you were a kid. That's why I was bantering you like that in the chat. I'm never going to do it again. If I knew you were a kid, I would never have talked back to you. It's cool.
Anyways, we're gonna have to wrap it up, but I'm gonna ask Musa. Musa, did you have anything else to say on Liverpool before we move on?
Me, I just wanted to talk about the football, just the football in general. Like that's what I'm trying to say to you. Slot ball, exactly. That's what I'm trying to say to you. It's a more professional. This is what I'm trying to say. There's no end-to-end stuff.
Nice at all.
It's more end-to-end stuff. It's more end-to-end. It's less end-to-end stuff.
What is slot ball?
It's on it. It's the manager. It's the manager's name.
Do you know what a slot is? Do you know what a slot is?
A hole?
A slot, not a slot.
No. Do you know what a slot is? There's 2 types of slots. There's slot hole.
Bro, you don't need to know about
hold on. And then the slot, the animal, the slow. You know the animal, the sloth, right? That is a slow animal, and then there's slot. And then the slot. So if you say slot ball,
mine's the guy, man.
Wallahi, we're no longer talking football. Next thing
what is going on? Let me talk about slot ball. Can we talk about football?
Time out.
Yeah, let's talk football.
Exactly. Thank you very much. Anyway, as I was explaining, it's more professional. It's less end-to-end stuff. You're not going to see more 4-3s, I don't think, this season. You're not going to see as many last-minute goals as much as you'll see probably. But this season, you'll see a bit more assured. You'll see us a bit more defensively solid. And that's what I'm trying to say. You'll see more clean sheets, like you see in the last 2 games. So I expect this from Slot. But the only thing I should get is the backing. If he had the backing this season, he'd be challenging. I think we'd be challenging for the league. If we had the 3 signings, those 3 good players that we needed, I think we'd be challenging. That's the only problem that we don't have. Like,
do you expect a title challenge?
No, I don't expect a title challenge because we don't have any players for it. We don't have the players.
Ahmed,
that's what I'm trying to say. Jota falls down tomorrow.
Go ahead, bro.
Jamie O'Hara said Liverpool falls down tomorrow with the league. He said Chelsea, if they play like they did today against Wolves, they should challenge for top 4.
His name is Jamie O'Hara, man. That's it, man. That's all I have to say, man. Here, I don't even say it if it was Jamie O'Hara. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? That's like me saying, Ahmed says, what's it called? Sunderland need to win the title. Like, come on, bro.
Oh, by the way, finally, Premier League combined 11 was Real Madrid. Am I crazy to say only 2 guaranteed starters? And that is Vinny Mbappe, or Jude. Those three are the
Salah.
three guaranteed
Salah.
starters.
I think I would honestly say Rudiger's
Salah's
got a
in.
definite shot. I think
Salah's in.
Rudiger's.
Rudiger. Van Dijk,
Honestly, bro,
Saliba?
yeah. Listen. I'll be
Van
serious.
Dijk could probably get in as well.
I think Van Dijk would get in. Rudiger's got a very big shout. I'd argue. I think it's
Alisson or
competitive.
Courtois?
Alisson for sure. I don't care.
Alisson.
Alisson.
Alisson, Van Dijk,
Trent
Trent,
or Carvajal?
Alisson, Van Dijk, Trent, maybe
I
Salah,
would
and
say
I'd take
Trent. I would
Salah.
say Trent.
Salah over Rodrigo.
Gavardio or Mendy? Gavardio.
Gavardio. Yeah, I'd go Gavardio
Who's
too.
the other?
Man turned into a
Gavardio-
slut with the football. What
You
the
know
hell?
what though? I think Mendy wasn't that bad this season. To be honest, I need to remember how he was.
Oh,
Ball.
Chouameni or
I just
Rodri?
got it,
Not even a
okay.
question, right?
That's Rodri.
That's what I was
guaranteed.
talking about.
Van Dijk,
Rodri. See this? Who's these Real Madrid
Kevin
fans
De Bruyne?
like, bro?
Kevin De Bruyne or Valverde?
KDB. See, that's actually crazy. Yeah, like these Real Madrid fans are straight
No,
lying,
these
bro.
Real Madrid
They're
fans.
players.
Because like,
I'm
if
not
I look
gonna
at them,
call-
delusional.
I'm not
They're
going to call Real
delusional.
Madrid fans delusional, but they are extremely biased.
what about Modric though? KDB or Modric? Would it not be KDB and Modric, boys?
It would
Or
be KDB still.
No, I'm just asking who it's gonna be. Like, would it not be
Ooh,
KDB? or
that
Modric?
would be more of a tough one. I think that would be more of a tough
That's a
one.
bit more competitive.
That's a bit more competitive. Then
Bro,
that's an
yeah.
argument.
Saka's not
That's an
getting in the
argument.
team. Foden's not getting in the team. There's a bunch of players that's still not getting in the team. Haaland over Mbappe. Forget Mbappe.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
and as a striker, you would have to say yes.
So it's only two. Vinny and Jude are the only nailed
I think
on.
Rodrigo, Salah over Rodrigo for me. I think I'm personally. I don't know. You guys might think
Saka
something
even gets in over Rodrigo.
Okay, Saka, maybe Saka as well. Like that's an argument as well.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Saka would
That's
be
maybe
very
an argument.
competitive.
Bro,
That's an
That was
argument.
very competitive.
That's an
very
argument. That's an
competitive. I'm gonna
argument.
say-
That's an
That's
argument.
argument. That's an argument. I would say that's an argument, Igal, Saka and them lot. But I think Salah or Rodrigo,
Salah.
I would say Salah. That one I actually
Yeah.
agree with. But like, I don't-
Wait. Rewind. What about Saka?
It's an
I would
argument.
say Saka and Rodrigo is definitely an
you could-
argument, but it's very
yeah.
competitive. It's either one. I would say it's either one for me personally. I wouldn't mind.
People could choose Rodrigo, people could choose Salah, and I wouldn't be mad at it. That's all. That's all.
Even
earlier
Saka, bro. I wouldn't even say Saka as well.
Earlier in the week when people were doing the Saka Rodrigo stuff, when
Mhm.
people were doing the Saka and Rodrigo stuff, StatMuse basically got a stat comparing Saka and Rodrigo over the last like several seasons. Saka
Okay.
has more than when you actually look at the breakdown, it's crazy how much of a gap Saka has in quality compared to Rodrigo, or based on production. Let me show you. So when it comes to goals, assists, production, just overall across the board, chances created, touches in the opponent's box, everything. If I can find it for you, I'll show it to you right now. But they're basically breaking down the comparison between the two.
To be
and
fair,
it's
that's
next
fair
step.
though. I would say that's fair, bro, because at the end of the day, we know that even Rodrigo's not even a proper right back. Well, you know what I mean?
My case,
right winger. So I would
I
even hear
think
that.
I think if Saka was at Real Madrid, it would give them much more balance. And also, I think if Saka was at Real Madrid, call me crazy, I think he'd be a Ballon d'Or candidate, no debate.
I don't know about the Ballon d'Or candidate, but I do agree with you in the sense that I think
If they win the
Saka
league and the
would
Champions
perform
League,
better. Saka would perform
Yeah.
better for them.
I
at Real
found the
Madrid.
stat. I found the stat. Here it is. Here's the stat. Real Madrid, Rodrigo and Saka between each other for the last 4 years. These are not the stats. This is the gap between Saka over Rodrigo. He's in the last 4 seasons. He's had 18 more goals, 11 assists, 26 GA, 14 chances, 60 accurate crosses, shots, chances created, 115 more chances created, and passes into the opponent's box. When you look at the two of them, statistically, Saka is clear. When it comes to impact over a game, influence in a game, Saka is clear. If you want to talk about trophies at Real Madrid, freaking put Saka on Real Madrid, he's winning the same amount of trophies or even more.
Wow.
You can't even say Saka's not a big game player because he steps up in all the big games. Bayern Munich last year, when it comes to in the league versus the top teams, he always steps up. I think we're doing the Champions League tax, where the guy wins the Champions League, the league, we're like, oh, but we're not factoring in that he's like the third or fourth choice on his team. Anyways, that's my case. I'm gonna wrap it up here, guys. We're out of here. You guys have yourselves a wonderful day. I think it's better that we bring on a Real Madrid fan next time we have this conversation. But yeah, you guys have a wonderful day. You got a video, Ahmed?
Yes, again, 11 o'clock, 11 p.m. Make sure you're there. Chelsea review. I'm going to be talking a bit about the Sancho news and the Osimhen news that's come out. So we'll see what happens.
Banter on the pitch. You got any edits for us?
I don't have anything coming out this week. My schedule is crazy, so maybe in the next couple of weeks, hopefully, I'm gonna have something there's something I'm working on for the next couple of weeks. It's just science stuff around football. That's it.
Musa?
Nah, I just got a new channel out. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, if you guys could subscribe. Oh, sorry. Am I back? Am I back?
Yeah, you're here.
I know you're back. I'm back. I have a new channel. If you guys could subscribe to that channel, youtube.com/MusaTalks40. If you could subscribe to that channel, that would be incredible. Show some love out there, and that's it. That's all I got right now.
There you go. You guys have a wonderful day, guys. Don't forget to go to Never a Foul right now and be like, Arsenal's gonna win the league in the chat. We're out of here. Peace.